Woonie, Clash of Clans. The horse's name was Friday. What? What horse, bruh? Hey guys, back at it again, reading and responding to your YouTube comments. What songs are on your workout playlist? And two, how often do you have a cheat day where you eat whatever? I love EDM. I grew up on EDM, listening to Tiesto back in the day, so anything that has a high rhythm, fast pace. I'm one of those people that listens to just about anything if it sounds good. I know that's kind of a cop-out of an answer, but it's true. Cheat day, how often do I have a cheat day? I tend to use the idea that you should constantly be eating healthy and then occasionally indulge in sweets and cheats and all that. So I don't have like a schedule where, okay, Sunday's my cheat day. I'm surprised that you said you box. Are you concerned about CTE? Great question. Traumatic encephalopathy is a real issue. You see what's going on in the NFL, a lot of... Now that being said, do we have a perfect understanding of CTE by any means? The answer is really no. I've been to sports medicine conferences where pathologists have talked about the damage that we label CTE on autopsies being prevalent in those who have never played contact sports, but we obviously know that hitting your head, getting concussions over and over again is not healthy. I do something known as body sparring, which is you have a helmet on, but you're not going for the other person's face. So you're only hitting each other's bodies. Yes, you can get hurt, but you're not gonna be hitting each other's heads, so you don't need to worry about CTE. Hey doc, what does a nude person on strike wear? What does a nude person on strike wear? I don't know, is this a trick question? What is this? Nude person on strike wear. Ying Xiaolin, please explain to me, what does a nude person on strike wear? Can you make a video on how to get rid of water retention? Thanks, love you in your videos. Thank you, Julia Boo, I appreciate it. I think that very commonly people will overeat salty foods without even knowing it. They'll say, I don't even add salt to my food, so how can I be over consuming salt? And in reality, what happens is, people eat very salty foods, like Chinese food is very salty. Chipotle, it's very salty. When you eat, 3, 4, 5 meals that are high in salt, you're gonna have more salt and your body's gonna have more water retention. If you're having severe water retention, you should go get a checkup with your doctor and figure out why it is that you're retaining water. Stay active, sleep 7 to 9 hours a day. Imagine if you slept 7 to 9 hours a week, you'd be a vampire. 7 to 9 hours a night. And eat healthy, not too much sodium. Doesn't mean don't eat sodium, but not too much. Yoga by DD. Do you do yoga? I have done yoga. I wanna do more yoga. I've done Bikram yoga, but I wanna try Vinyasa and all those other forms. If you're in the New York City area and you own a yoga studio, I'm down to come by and check it out. Reptilian Overlord Jason Blaha could be the best username I've ever read. Dr. Mike, how much protein is required to build muscle? In reality, the RDA, which is the recommended dietary allowance, is basically 50 grams of protein per day. That's what the percentages that you see on nutrition facts represent. If you're trying to build muscle and you're exercising very heavily, people sometimes think they're exercising very heavily when they're really not. So they try and up their protein, thinking that it's gonna help them build muscle more readily. I don't like to overdo it when it comes to those things. I've seen the recommendation of 1 gram of protein per kilogram in your body, and I think that's a fairly safe way of increasing your protein intake from the RDA if you're training to build more muscle. How many days a week do you go to the gym, Dr. Mickey? My name is not Dr. Mickey. Clemente, I go to the gym about 3-4 times a week. Lately, I haven't been weight training as much. I've been doing more cardio because I've been wanting to play sports. I've been playing a lot of indoor soccer and playing basketball, which I still count as really good exercise. You don't have to always be weight training, but research has shown that a combination of cardio and weight training is usually best for our health, so I'm gonna keep doing both. Michael Bistrick, do a video on grooming your hair everywhere. Is it grooming your hair everywhere on your body, or grooming your hair everywhere, like doing it in a cab, on the couch, in the bathroom? I think I know what you mean. I will do a grooming routine very soon, I promise. You have my word. What internet resources can I trust for medical information? I really love familydoctor.org. I think it gives a lot of broad health information that is easy to understand. It's it's written in common English and doesn't have complicated medical terms that may not mean a lot to you if you're not in the scientific field. If you're a medical student, I would recommend using up-to-date. Privyat, Dr. Mike, which means hi in Russian. I worry for you as you appear too perfect. Casper, I promise you I'm not perfect. I have weaknesses, I mess up. The difference between, I think, myself and someone who's unhappy is that I'm generally more okay with failure. I'm generally more okay with feeling sad because I think it's part of life. I view stress as my friend, and I use every failure as a learning opportunity. So I think that when you set those types of goals for yourself, you're generally a happier person. But by no means am I perfect. I'm very messy when it comes to taking care of my house, and my organization skills are but I'm learning. I'm trying to get better every day, and that's what makes it fun. So enjoy the ride. Ryan Pagir. Why are some periods heavy and some light? Are you qualified to answer that? Do you have to be a different type of doctor to do so? No, you don't have to be a different type of doctor. I'm a family medicine physician, so I do gynecologic care. I do obstetric care. I do pap smears, just so you're aware, like the type of practice that a family physician does. Women's periods, the menstrual cycle in general, varies, first of all, woman to woman, and it varies month to month based on a multitude of factors: diet, exercise, stress levels, hormonal changes, sleep changes, even environment changes. All of those things play a role in deciding on how regular your period's gonna be, how heavy your period's gonna be. So it's important that when you go see your doctor and you say, hey, I've experienced a change in my menstrual cycle, you give all those details to the doctor, so then we can figure out and piece together a possible cause or multiple causes, and then use some testing and some physical exam signs to rule them out. Candy Pop Love. He said vasovagal response, and I heard it ways of bagel response. I'm just so stupid. No, you're not. You're actually really funny, and that's one of your strengths. What is your opinion on cosmetic plastic surgery? Lauren, I know some people aren't happy with the appearance that they're born with, and it's totally understandable. I'm not like totally against it. I think there are instances where people get addicted to it, and I think that plastic surgeons could do a better job of screening this out. I'm not saying they have to be diagnosed with body dysmorphia disorder. It's just some people, you can tell that they've gotten too much plastic surgery, and I think that's when plastic surgeons should step in and be honest and open with their patients and think about their patient's health more than their health of their wallet. That's me being a little preachy. But if whatever procedure you want to have is important to you and it's causing the disfigurement or whatever you're upset about is causing you significant distress, then you weigh the harms of that distress versus the possible harms of that surgery and the benefits of removing those feelings, and you make a decision that's a personalized one for yourself. Remember, plastic surgery is also pretty expensive and not covered by insurance. Thomas Tom, repetitive? Explain how zombie apocalypse could happen. Tom, this is my worst nightmare. Actually, it's my second worst nightmare. My first worst nightmare is nuclear war, which I have dreams about all the time. But the second worst nightmare is a zombie apocalypse. It can happen like this. There's a scientist somewhere in Siberia. I don't know why I said Siberia. That's kind of messed up against Russian people considering I'm Russian, but so there's a scientist working in a desolate place, and he's working with all these different viruses that can mutate and we don't have an answer for, that aren't able to be killed by traditional means like alcohol, sanitizers, heat even. And it basically makes people into zombies. Like, they're not necessarily dead, but it makes them that they turn into cannibals and they want to eat each other and go crazy. I hope it doesn't happen, but it can happen. I'm just saying, it can happen. Thomas, Tom. Or really, if we spend enough time on social media, we'll all turn into zombies. As always, stay happy and healthy.